to get out of town.
Many people dismiss the idea of witches as icons of All Hallows Eve. Green skin, pointed cap, boils on their face, and elderly. However, the truth is that witches exist in everyday reality. In fact, witchcraft, commonly referred to as Wicca, is its own religion. No different from the major religions of today, which include Christianity, Judaism, Islam, Hinduism, and Buddhism. While today's popular culture depicts pagan gods as villains,
Dude, you fugly.
paganism itself is simply the belief in the full force of nature. Delving deeper, Wicca is a neo-pagan and typically duotheistic religion, worshipping a goddess and a god who are traditionally viewed as the triple goddess and the horned god. These two deities are often viewed as being facets of a greater pantheistic godhead, and as manifesting themselves as various polytheistic deities. Historically, witches are not feared, but revered as pillars of the community, commonly known as medicine men and shamans. The current concept of witches stems from the ideas of the primitive man on the savannah. You see something move out of the corner of your eye. If you assume it's a hyena and run, you live. But if you assume it's just the wind and you're wrong, you die. We as humans have the genes of the ones who ran. We're genetically hardwired to believe that when we don't understand something, even if we can't see it for ourselves, that it's dangerous. And in modern times, where the sense of the diabolical grew truly large, tragedy followed. The image of the devil as a malevolent monster was a medieval construction, reflecting political fears that strikes a chord today. The devil is mild enough in his first known Western depiction. A 6th century Byzantine mosaic in the church of San Apollinare Nuovo at Ravenna, Italy, shows him sitting on Christ's left, helping to separate sheep from goats. Satan is blue, the color of the lower realm, while a red angel on Christ's right is the color of purity. Similarly equipped with halos and wings, both assistants calmly divide the souls before them, their faces virtually indistinguishable. A mere 100 kilometers away, but 700 years later, artists in the Florence Baptistery produced another mosaic of Satan. Time did not improve him. Now a loathsome beast, he devours one sinner by mouth, while a serpent extends from each ear, and 2 more writhe out from his buttocks, chewing morosely on doomed mortals. The change in the devil's image represented by these 2 portraits has no parallel elsewhere, and the Western devil was essential to the witch hunts of 1400 to 1700, which in recent estimates claimed 40,000 to 100,000 lives. These persecutions depended on the notion that people voluntarily agreed to serve Satan. The witch's boundary is also oddly similar to that of the Iron Curtain. To the west were the territories that sought, however erratically, to uncover the pact with Lucifer. To the east were the areas that limited hunts to the odd old woman thought to cast spells. Despite all of this, there was one thing worse than the trials themselves: the punishments administered. The breast ripper. Cold or red hot, the 4 claws slowly ripped to formless masses, the breasts of countless women condemned for heresy, blasphemy, adultery, and many other libidinous acts. The Judas cradle. The victim is hoisted up and lowered onto the point of the pyramid in such a way that his weight rests on the point positioned in the anus, in the vagina, under the scrotum, or under the coccyx. The executioner could vary the pressure from 0 to that of total body weight, and the victim could be rocked or made to fall repeatedly on the point. The cat's paw, also known as the Spanish tickler, this device was about as large as 4 fingers on a man's hand and, usually attached to a short handle, served to rip the victim's flesh to shreds and to strip it off the bones. And my personal favorite, the heretic's fork. With the 4 sharp points rammed deep into the flesh under the chin and into the bone of the sternum, the fork prevented all movement of the head and allowed the victim only to murmur "abiura," which is Italian for "I recant." If instead he still refused, he was held to be an impenitent heretic and was either hanged or burnt at the stake. Between these and many others, tell me, do you believe the punishment suitably fits the crime? Montague Summers once said, "In all the darkest places of the malign supernatural, there is no more terrible tradition than that of the vampire, a pariah even among demons." You're probably asking yourself why I just brought that into this. What does that have to do with a speech on witches and witchcraft? The reason is that most people would disagree with Summers, saying that witches are far more evil than vampires. And while they are correct in their line of thinking that Summers is wrong, they are not right in what surpasses vampires. As evidenced by the witch trials, and in an infinite number of events all throughout history, there is one thing more malicious than the vampire, and it was Joseph Conrad who said it best. The belief in a supernatural source of evil is not necessary. Man alone is capable of every wickedness. With that, I'm Andy Epsilantis, and this was Witch Trials, the Women's Holocaust. Good day, good afternoon, or good night.